Hi, I'm Jim Van Dyke with Al Pasquale, and we are professional fintech researchers who created Breach Clarity. Did you know that data breaches caused retail financial institutions just like yours to incur per average member costs of $350 per household last year? Here's how we could strengthen your bottom line and your members' financial health too. Let's take a common scenario. Your member, who is breached about 2 times a year, receives another one of these alarming and confusing data breach notices, which confuses and frustrates them. And you know where those go. What do they do next? They call your call center, raising your costs where they don't get any specific advice. Those data breach notices are generic, self promoting, missed opportunities to partner with your members on number one, what specific identity theft fraud risks were raised? And number two, what action steps will best protect them and your bottom line? Al, could you show us the breach clarity alternative to what I just showed?
Absolutely, Jim. So when the member has a question about a data breach, whether that's a card breach or the next big breach in the news, rather than picking up the phone and contacting your call center, all they need to do is log in to digital banking, type in the name of the organization that was breached, and they're going to get three very important pieces of information. And the first piece of information they're going to get, and they can only get this through Breach Clarity, is the Breach Clarity score on a scale of 1 to 10, much like the Richter scale. What that tells the member is just how meaningful the breach is to their identity. So unlike what they're seeing today in the news, where every breach is made out to be the worst breach in the world, they now have some way, some relative way of figuring out how much time and energy they need to put into protecting their identity. In addition, they're going to see the risks to their identity that are created by the data breach, and this is all customizable. So the information that you have in your contact center scripts, or maybe within your security center around different types of threats or security best practices can all be brought in to the product so you're talking to them in the same language throughout their banking experience. But most importantly, we're going to tell the member the things they need to do to protect themselves. And 65% of the time, we're going to recommend that they take action using the controls that exist right at the credit union. So where you're having trouble getting your members to adopt things like card controls, two-factor authentication, or alerts, we're giving them a reason to take action, to turn those controls on, and to be better protected, and most importantly, to trust in the security of their account with you in ways that they haven't done before. Jim?
Thanks, Al. Simpler still, here's how Breach Clarity uses just the member's email address to locate where their data is being bought and sold on the dark web, where it is used by cyber criminals to commit fraud or raise friction at your credit union, and how Breach Clarity instead provides a more dynamic, safety building experience that boosts profitable digital adoption. Al, can you take us through that scenario?
Absolutely. So for every member using Breach Clarity, we're out there monitoring the dark web, trying to find out whether or not their information has been compromised. When we do, first, they're going to get an email that lets them know. Second, when they log in, they're going to see a change in this counter right here. They can click through, go right into their breach history, and see any new breaches that have been discovered on the dark web. And unlike what they can find elsewhere about dark web breaches, we're going to give them information that they can only get from Breach Clarity. So when they click through one of these dark web breaches, they're going to see that same score on a scale of 1 to 10, the same analysis, meaning the risks that they face, as well as, again, the recommendations. Most importantly, the things that they can do to stay safest. They can get this nowhere else except through Breach Clarity and, of course, through the institution that's providing it to them. Jim?
Hey, thanks, Al. So in summary, Breach Clarity is about member-facing financial identity health inside your digital banking experience for stronger digital engagement, activation, acquisition, and loyalty, financial health and wellness, and protection against fraud losses and service costs through the account safety tools you've already invested in, and always delivered in a calm spirit of trust and partnership. Think of Breach Clarity like free credit scores, but with broader ROI. And with the annual spend on LifeLock type products at $4 billion, we also expand your revenue growth options. I'm asking if you would schedule a personal demonstration with us to explore how Breach Clarity boosts your members' financial health to create more pervasive ROI. I'm Jim Van Dyke. Thanks, Al. Thanks, Members Development Corporation. and we look forward to exploring breach clarity's benefits with you.